Well, welcome back to another segment here on Around the Mick at the Marriott East. I'm Kyle Neddenriff from the Indy Star. And join this segment, we talked to Warren Central boys and girls. And now we're talking Lawrence Central boys basketball. And joined here by Jaden Terry, senior at Lawrence Central, and coach from Lawrence Central, Al Gooden. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. Well, Al, I know your team looked a little bit different last year after Mr. Basketball graduated, Kyle Guy. But you guys had another good season, a scrappy team that I think maybe accomplished more than people on the outside thought you guys might, and that seems to be a good attribute of teams coached by you. But what do you expect out of this year's team? I know it's different every year, but what kind of a makeup do you think this group of Bears has?
We hope to build on what we did last year. We have a whole lot of the guys back from last year, so we have some points. I think last year we had like a total of 2 points coming back from last year, so this year we have a lot more experienced guys. And we'll be scrappy again. Hopefully we play with a little toughness, get down and work hard on defense.
Jaden, what do you kind of see as the makeup of this year's team? Being a senior, I'm sure hoping to lead this group, but what do you kind of see as the makeup of this year's team?
I think honestly the makeup of this team is just getting down defense, getting stops, hustling to the ball. So just making some noise, hopefully. So,
Coach, when you look at the personnel you have on this year's team, who are guys that you feel like, going into it, I can count on this group of guys? Who do you kind of looking for in that regard?
Jaden Terry, with my senior group, Jaden, Danielle Meredith, and Tyler Andrew, hopefully, they come through. I got 2 real good sophomores, Nigel Pack and DeAndre Davis. Wes is coming off his knee surgery, Wesley Jordan. And, we got some bodies there that can do some things.
Saw you guys play a little bit in the summer, and I know that's not the real thing, but it still gives you an idea a little bit. And I was impressed with those sophomore guards. Are they ready for the MIC level of basketball, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think they're ready. They're some good kids. They're good, smart kids. They got high basketball IQ. So I think they're ready to fit in.
Yeah. Jaden, what do you see out of those younger guys? Are they ready to step it up?
Yeah, I think so. Nigel's a great point guard. He helps me a lot. D can sit in the corner, shoot, get to the basket, rebound. They can do it all for us, so it'll help us a lot.
Jaden, I want to ask you too a little bit about your background. When did you kind of get serious about basketball growing up? Did you play a lot of other sports? Or?
Probably around 6. I got really serious about basketball. I played football, but that really wasn't my thing. So I just stuck to basketball, kept working, and hopefully now all the work I put in the last years, my senior year, just take off.
You talked a little bit about Jaden, but what do you kind of expect out of him this year?
Leadership. I've always been a leader. Point guard. Handle the ball, run out offense. Get everybody in places. Good, what a good point guard do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I hope from this year. We talked many times about it.
We were talking about the football season a little bit before we got on the air, and I know a good year over there at Lawrence Central. Bill Peoples getting that program turned around again. Does that? I know it's a different sport altogether, but does it help maybe feed the enthusiasm of the school when you get a good team like that in the fall?
For sure. We have I think we have maybe 6 or 7 football players. So they have a good season. I think they carry right over to the basketball court. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm always there rooting them on. Because they have a good season. I think it carry over to us to have a good season.
6 or 7's a lot for a 4A basketball.
Right. But I don't mind. They get out there, build some toughness.
What do you see as anybody in your opinion that maybe people don't know about yet that's gonna step up this year and play well for you guys?
Honestly, Danielle Meredith and Nigel Pack and myself. So I think us 3, the whole team, really. So.
I know that early in the season I always look forward to the LC-LN game, and it's always a good early showdown. I don't know how the coaches feel about playing a rival that early, but how much do you guys look forward to that game as players?
We're ready for that game. We're hyped, and we're very ready for that game. We're hoping to get LN and get them at home this year, so it should be a good one. It should be a great one.
I know I'm looking forward to it. Coach, how do you feel about playing that?
Yeah, the kids, they're hyped, but sometimes, they get a little too hyped, that emotion is good, but sometimes you got to play. You can only play on that emotion for so long. Yeah, but, it's a good rivalry. I like it. I've been enjoying it the years I've been here.
I wanted to ask you, too, I know you coached elsewhere and up in the Fort Wayne area, and then coming down here, what has been your opinion of the MIC and the competition in the conference?
Hey, Uh, the MIC is tough. This is a tough conference. You know, every night, you know, you have to be ready to play. It's not, you know, you can take a loss. You know, Fort Wayne, you know, you have about 5 or 6 good teams out there, you know, that play. But everybody down here is good.
What do you know? I know you probably don't know any different as a player, but how much do you enjoy the rivalries within the conference?
I love the MIC. The MIC is one of the, I honestly think, the best conference in the Midwest altogether, because every night you got to compete, you got to hustle, you got to play hard. So.
Well, thanks so much for coming on, guys. Look forward to seeing Lawrence Central play this season, and like we said, right off the bat, they will jump into it pretty early with Lawrence North, but a tough schedule regardless. But thanks again for coming on, and best of luck to you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll be back here with another segment on Around the MIC. I'm Kyle Neddenriep from the Marriott East. I'm back with another segment here on Around the MIC from the Marriott East. I'm Kyle Neddenriep from the Indy Star, and we're talking basketball. It's our MIC preview show, and talking girls and boys. Last segment, we talked to Lawrence Central boys coach Al Gooden, and this segment, talking to Lawrence Central girls coach Stephanie Keller, and she's brought a player along, Ania King, a senior. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you.
Well, Lawrence Central, I know you guys are off to a little bit of a tough start, but from talking before we started airing this, Steph, sounds like you guys feel like you're getting closer. Maybe could have got a couple of those wins early on. You know, looking from a broad perspective, what do you kind of expect out of your group this year, and how do you feel about the first 4 games so far?
Well, we're young, starting 2 freshmen right now, and we've got a transfer that came in, so we're really optimistic. We got a girl limited JV that'll be with us after game 8. So we're just trying to work and compete right now, and then come the county tournament, we're hoping to get things turned.
Ania, how do you kind of go about trying to lead this group as a senior? I know for seniors, it's kind of, you know, you get into feeling like it's your last go-around now, but how do you kind of assess what you need to do for this team this year?
Basically, I just set an example, and it's not really hard because it's a good group of girls, so everybody like listens and basically follows after, you know, what the lead example is. So we're in it. We're this close. So.
Well, I know that's what we talked about. If you feel like you're getting closer, which has got to feel good. Of course, you want to see the numbers show up in the win column. But you know, do you feel like are you gaining confidence still, even though you know you haven't got the wins yet?
Yeah, we're having a tough time shooting right now. We're putting in extra work with just putting the ball in the basket. But we feel like if we could just get over that, you know, struggle with turnovers a little bit because we're young, but. Like she said, I think we're developing. We're going to get there. We're hoping, you know, by county, like to get some of these tougher games out of the way, see it compete, and then move on from there and see how the rest of the season goes. So looking forward to, we're just trying to play hard every day in practice and, you know, simulate game speed, and I think we're missing a lot of shots because the pressure and the speed of the game, and we're just young. We haven't played together yet, so we're working toward it.
How do Ania's sitting here with us. What do you kind of expect out of her this year? And you know, she kind of talked about wanting to be a leader, which I'm sure is great to hear as a coach when you have a senior who feels that way. What are your expectations of her as a senior?
Just set the example in practice of going hard, and then game time, you know, she gets shots up, and she was there this morning at 7:30 getting extra shots up. You know, first one on the text to say I'll be there, and just putting in extra time that we need in the areas we're struggling to try to get over the hump.
And have you always been a basketball player? What's kind of been your sport growing up?
Well, my mom used to put me in girly sports until 7th grade when I finally got to make my own decisions. So I started 7th grade. I wasn't very good, but I worked myself up to varsity. Yeah. So basically, it was hard, but I kept going, and I would have gave up, but that's what I love, so I just went for it.
Can you sense this team is you're gaining traction with this team, and you know, maybe it's starting to come for this group a little bit more?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have confidence that we will win some games. A lot. We got it.
Coach, how hard is it and MIC is such a good conference? Not only boys, the girls side is very good too. I know Carmel's ranked #1 in the state right now, and of course we've seen Ben Davis through the years be so tough, and Lawrence North, North Central.
Yeah.
How hard is it to build a program when you're competing against that competition all the time?
It's tough because the competition around us is so good, and then you have to fight for your kids, and being a split district is tough. But we can make all those excuses, but we're in it, and we're trying to find a way to fight. And we just keep saying we got to find a way. So we just want to compete right now and find ways to win games. We had a couple winnable games this weekend we let get away. So disappointed about that, but I think we can learn a lot from it.
What do you try to do? What is kind of the bedrock of trying to build a program? Are there certain things you kind of try to put in place to lean on?
Right, yeah. This is year 5, and we've got our middle school across the street. I feel like we've got all new coaches. Everybody's all in. And we're seeing the results of that. We're keeping more of our kids. They're coming to all of our workouts. They're there in the summer. They're even playing younger levels AAU together. So I feel like we're doing everything right. We just got to put wins in the win column now.
Right. What are you hoping for the rest of the season, Ania?
I'm hoping we keep grinding like we have been, and the wins will come. They'll come. Especially because we're working hard.
Has the work ethic of this team been what you want it to be?
Yeah, it's been good. We're just so young, got a lot to learn. So in practice as coaches, we're trying to keep game tempo and speed, and yet you still got to learn, So every coach's struggle. How do you keep that game speed and tempo and still teaching? And so it's a lot going on. But I think they go hard. We play hard in games. We haven't quit. I was a little disappointed Friday, but other than that, we've played pretty hard. Right there with Westfield, right there with Rushville for a while, and then right there with Webo, like I said. So hoping they keep that up, hustle plays, things like that.
Right. Well, best of luck to you guys the rest of the way.
Thank you.
And hope you get a few here down the road. And thanks a lot, Ania, for coming on, too.
Thanks for having us.
Well, best of luck to Lawrence Central. We'll be back here with another segment here on Around the MIC. I'm Kyle Neddenriep.